In the Philippines, mention Suzuki cars and immediately people will think of the Jimny. You can't really fault them. So naturally, you'd assume that all other Suzuki products would live in its shadow. And that right there is where you'd be wrong, because we at AutoDeal have got tons and tons of inquiries and data large enough to fill in that lake to prove otherwise. A car in high demand like a big fish from the water, it's the 2019 Suzuki Ertiga GLX. The front clip, definitely better looking than the previous generation. You've got a new grille, projector headlamps, in a sort of like Commander Spock eyebrow configuration kind of a thing. You've got new housings for the fog lamps and intake found down below. Now, it doesn't have a flashy exterior, but it is more present, more current, is I would like to say. Up front, you've got large windows. On the second row, you've got an even larger window and a larger door, which is practically van-sized, really, and a decent-sized pane of glass past the C-pillar, which contributes to the visibility all around the car, making it excellent. You're on 180 millimeters of ground clearance, repeaters on the side mirrors, and you've got two lines down the side, which are broken nicely by the door handles, and it continues to the rear taillights. The second line is broken by the wheels on either side, which are only 15s, by the way, but the design looks really nice on the car. Now, there's no mistaking the rear, unless of course you put it beside a Volvo, because let's admit it, it's got the same characteristics. Now, I personally like the huge rear lamps. It's like an oversized watch on a woman's wrist. There's just some elegance to it. Now, I'm not so sure about the two lips found at the rear, here and here. You take an aerial view of it, it kind of looks like Tony Hawk's backyard. It does give it character, so I'll give it that. Open her up and you've got 153 liters of space, so nothing really spectacular with the third row in play. What's pretty cool is it's got secret but not so secret compartments found down here, which I think are actually pretty cool and I love a lot. Now fold the third row and you're looking at over double that space. If you fold the second row, then you're looking at over 800 liters of space, which is not bad considering the size of this car. Now, thanks to the aforementioned massive second row doors, getting in and out of the car is not a problem, be it the second row or the third row. Longer by 5 inches than the previous model, the space back here is actually adequate for two average-sized adults. The seats are comfortable, and check it out, your legs are closer to it being at a 90-degree angle. Now, there are no toys back here other than the ball holders on either side, but at the very least, your legs rather, are not crammed. And that is not even adjusted to move forward. This is the rearmost adjusted position. So really, that's not bad. Now, the second row is, I would say, average of 7-seaters of this size. There are no toys back here, just bottle holders on either doors. You've got a 12-volt socket up front, and up above, you've got air controls. Now, what's nice is that, like the third row, you are seated in an elevated position, but there isn't much bolstering on the seats. However, the firm fabric seats will keep you in place, so that's actually very nice. And as mentioned, the second row does slide forward if you desire, so that there's more space for the third row. Okay, that's a bit too much. Much better. Better, better, better. Haha, best. Now, this is the GLX Black Edition, which has a premium to it because all the interior, including the seats, are all black. But you don't have to get the Black Edition to find the one accent in here that you don't normally see in 7-seater MPVs. Faux wood. I mean, check it out. Granted, yes, it's still dominated by durable plastics, but really, faux wood, it doesn't look like it's out of place either because it just looks great. It's out of nowhere, it catches you like Ernie Reyes Jr. in a martial arts flick. Whoa! You didn't see that coming. Woohoo! Now, what you can't miss is a flat-bottom steering wheel with audio controls, a feel-good gear lever, I like that, and a massive 10-inch infotainment system with nav that can be seen all the way from Shizuoka. Oh, and least I forget, start-stop on an MPV. Why not? Now, those of you that are in the market looking to get a new Ertiga, you should know that AutoDeal has got promos up and down the model line. Now, if you go to AutoDeal.com.ph, you'll understand what it is that I'm going on about because there are promos ongoing right now for the GLX, so you don't want to miss that. The Suzuki Ertiga GLX comes equipped with driver and front passenger airbags, ABS with EBD, side impact beams, a reverse camera, rear parking sensors, and ISOFIX tethers. Now the Ertiga has shed weight, 45 kilograms, and gained a little bit of muscle, 8 Newton meters since the last time we saw it. At its heart is a 1.5-liter gasoline engine mated to a 4-speed automatic transmission that produces 103 horses and 138 Newton meters of torque, which translates to 8.6 kilometers per liter in the city. Ho-hum, nothing great. But then on the highway, it does 21.2 kilometers per liter. And that's like out of nowhere. It's like Ernie Reyes Jr. all over again. The Ertiga, and like most of the other cars in its class, it will have a problem when fully loaded during inclines of certain degrees. It is, after all, only a 1.5-liter engine, and after that, logic will dictate the rest. When it's small jaunts and just inside the city, however, whether you're fully loaded or not, it doesn't have a problem. Now, it does still have a bit of a lean after all because of its height, but when decently loaded, like today, it's just me and Vincent and all of our camera equipment, you normally don't use the word zippy to describe an MPV, but yet I will with this one because, well, it just is. It's a zippy MPV. I like it. Now, while I will admit that the car is zippy, it's kind of the opposite if you want to get into the proper driving position, because it does take some time. The steering wheel does tilt, but there is no telescopic function. And the seat itself, well, it's not a monoblock chair, but you are sitting very, very straight up, just like the other seats in the back. So yeah, that might take some getting used to. There is a plus-minus nitpick that I wanted to add. The plus side being is that it's actually very quiet in here. Pretty quiet for an MPV, even though that you are on eco tires. The minus side is that there is no cruise control. I know that might be a bit asking for much, but, well, I guess you can't have everything. The 2019 Suzuki Ertiga GLX is available at 978,000 Philippine pesos, with this Black Edition available at 10,000 pesos more premium. Now, according to our car comparison tool on AutoDeal.com.ph, this is one of, if not the most affordable MPV available in our market. So if the surprise interior doesn't get you, that price will get you hook, line, and sinker.